Hey, I'm Mindy Kinnis. This is the Daily Rage. The stock market just closed about 10 minutes ago for the week. So let's take a look at what happened this past week and see if we can set some targets for the week ahead. Now, I took last Friday off as an extra long weekend. So these are super old targets. We are looking at the micro Dow, but these will work regularly on the Dow as well. Let's go up to here as target one to the high side, target two to the high side. We'll put, we had a decent range today, so might as well bring that right on up, make it a little easier. We'll call that good for the micro S&P. I did see that the S&P hit a new high, all-time high today. Now, obviously not in the futures because we can see that this is higher than we were today, or at least not on the micro. It might be subtle variations, shouldn't be that much of a variation, so we'll see. Anyway, we did take out both of our high side targets from 2 weeks ago. So let's go up here and up there. Low side, we'll go here and on that little hesitation right there. It's always an interesting move where it's strong up, indecision, and then strong up. Not too bad today either. All right, micro NASDAQ. We're working our way right up to those highs as well. Wow, we are right there. So above and beyond that, let's go for another, let's say 300 more. That'll be close enough. As for the low side, that one didn't have quite as nice of a range, so I'm going to do that one a little bit differently. The M2, oh, little doji. That's not my favorite look. I was trying to trade this thing earlier, and in many of the attempts, it was just kind of like, come on, let's go. Little more. And when I was trading, the range was just super tiny this morning. That being said, let me just put a word in. 80% off right now at Apex. And the reason I'm thinking about that, we're going to just box that in because that whole thing is basically wick. We'll see which way it goes from here next week. 80% off at Apex. The reason that I am stoked about that right now is I personally have not been having a great few weeks, let's call it. I don't know. It feels like this whole year has not been that awesome. This is micro Bitcoin. I'm going to just kind of do this while I'm talking to you. Just some subtle variations here. Anyway, what I decided on Apex is to go back to some of the static accounts because what was really frustrating me recently is I would be positive on an account. In other words, I'd be above where the account started. So like I had made money and hadn't lost it all in commissions or anything like that. But then this silly trailing threshold would get me time after time after time recently. And I'm like, just so done with that. So I went back, got a couple of those little baby static accounts, and I'm just gonna act as if I were trading on a really tiny, $600 account. And so far, so good today. Today being day one, so not a lot to show for it yet. But I think that will at least solve, oof, gold, man. It will at least solve my problem of the trailing threshold. You know, obviously there are still other problems to deal with, but at least one thing will be solved. So we're gonna go with it. That's a nasty look on the gold. Okay, those are your targets for silver. And just a note, all of these ADXs are red so far. They're actually like not even just red, they're pretty darn low. They would be blue if they're above 20. You can see the energy product, well, a couple of the energy products are above 20. Those are blue, but like 10, I mean that's significantly low. In other words, we ain't trending. This one, silver. That didn't have a great day either, but we can tighten up these quite a bit. Let's put this one here. Let me actually just flip-flop those guys. Oops, a little off the map here. We'll call that good for the silver. I would, though, kind of wait and see because it's in this little bit of consolidation. Yes, we had a jab down, and yes, we had this jab up, but overall, I do not love that. This one is micro copper, and it also didn't have a great day, but then it recovered quite a bit. So let's bring these way up. Let's just make that a really easy target right there. We'll bring this one to the next level here. We'll call that around today's low as our short side target. And yeah, that's plenty. And then we'll wrap it up. Oh my goodness. Let me just open this up because that's some crazy business right there. That's what that is. This is crude oil. And obviously, it's super impacted by everything going on in the Middle East. Anytime there's a war or somebody starts something going on over there, this can happen. And, sometimes it rockets up and sometimes it rockets down. So you just need to be very, very careful amidst these geopolitical situations that are happening. So I'm not even going to use the top of that candle. I'm just going to use the turning line and the standard line as our high side targets because this is that's like forever away. So we will go with these. I did want to remind you that Vicki Kelly's morning method class is coming up. She has a new cohort starting in July, and that gives you 4 days and about 9 hours from this recording. You can watch our webinar here, click get access if you so desire. It is an on-demand course, so you get immediate access and you will have lifetime access to that. So if you want to go back and review, that's no problem. She also does twice weekly live trading rooms on Mondays and Wednesdays. So the room for this cohort will start July 2nd. You have until midnight, July 1st to sign up. Additionally, I was talking about trader funding earlier. Vicki has used this exact method, just slightly varied because of the trailing threshold, to not only pass Apex Trader funding evaluations, but to also get payouts. So if you are struggling with that, this would be a great help to you. In addition, if you're just struggling, like you don't have a plan to trade or you don't have a specific setup to trade, her system is so simplified. She is focused on one market, one time frame. It's a very, very simplified method. So it will give you your trading plan. You know exactly what you're looking for, when to get in, when to get out. She has the target set. She shows you how to draw the lines on your chart. I couldn't recommend it more highly. So I'll link you over here, or there's a link down below if you'd like to check it out. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.